Welcome back to the Spotlight. As promised, we have Erin Cummings on the show. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on the Spotlight again.
Thank you. It's good to be back a little less than a year later.
Exactly. Just a little bit. We were on the Christmas episode last time. So now we're getting you right before Thanksgiving. So there's a couple different things going on here. Now, last time we talked to you, it was in the middle of Detroit 187, and that had really good success. I know we liked the show. Definitely the whole state of Michigan. Unfortunately, that's in the rearview mirror.
Right. But it's, it's part of television. I think that there's been a great history of wonderful television shows that last for a certain period of time. I think one thing that should be shared, Michael Imperioli sent a beautiful email to the cast and crew after we found out that the show was not going to come back. And he said 18 hours of quality programming, working with people that we respect and admire, and getting to show the world a side of Detroit that they'd never seen before. It sounds like a success to me.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of TV shows that don't make it past 3 episodes. The fact that we made it to 18 is great.
And like I said, we all here, not only just in the city of Warren, but I think the whole state of Michigan really loved being able to see that, because we don't get to see Detroit on TV a whole lot in a good way. And I think that showed a lot of good things for the city. But I know you've remained busy, and now you have some appearances on Pan Am. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how that's going?
Yeah, Pan Am was fantastic. I heard about the role, and it was supposed to be a local hire in New York, but I said, I don't care if I have to fly myself to New York and sleep on someone's couch for 2 months. I'm doing it. So it's the role of Ginny Sadler, who is the mistress to the vice president of Pan Am, who maybe isn't getting what she's looking for, the emotional support that she's looking for in her relationship. So she starts having a dalliance with Dean Lowry, the captain, who's played wonderfully by Mike Vogel. Scott Cohen is the vice president, and finds herself in a little bit of trouble. It's interesting, though, what's going on with the final episode. I shot 3 episodes. It was a 3-episode arc, and 2 of them have aired. The 3rd episode was supposed to air, but for reasons unknown, ABC has decided to postpone it. So I don't know what that means. And the way that it stands is the last thing that we saw was Ginny confessed to Dean that she was in love with him, and we don't know what Dean's going to do. I know how it eventually ends.
Of course, I would hope so.
But so I don't know what that means. Maybe it means that Pan Am wants to bring Ginny back and try a few more things with her character, or maybe it just means that for storyline purposes, it makes more sense to
wait.
To wait. I have no idea. If I knew, I'd be running a network, and I don't. So.
Well, that is very cool, and it's glad to see you still having success. And I know you also did a couple movie shorts?
Well, I did a webisode series that Vin Diesel wrote, directed, and produced called The Ropes, and that was a really cool project because, well, it's Vin Diesel. He's kind of awesome. And he was a bouncer before he was an actor, and decided to put together this webisode series for Fox Digital.
Very cool.
That would be about his life as a bouncer. And so I got to be sort of the queen bee of the whole operation, the right-hand man to the owner of the club, but also the woman who manages all the bouncers and gets to carry a big stick in a metaphoric way, so just very much the woman in control of everything. And it was a great character. And also, Vin directed the first couple of weeks, and then Zoe Saldana came in and directed for a week, who I knew personally, but getting to work with her on a professional level was fantastic.
And now, how does it go as far as, doing episodic series, like Pan Am, and then doing something like webisodes? I mean, how is it different, or how do you... how do you see it as it being different?
Well, I think that with webisodes, they're really new. You have to just accept, and sometimes because of what they are, the nature of it, the budget is not as high. I sort of looked at it as almost going back to my roots of independent filmmaking, where you take off a lot of the fluff, you take away the big trailers, and a little bit more of the the particulars that maybe make it a little more comfortable when you're on a big budget TV set, but also tend to isolate people from one another on something that's a smaller budget, such as a webisode series, even with, big name people and companies behind it, you still kind of get to the bare bones, and it becomes almost more of a family thing. And again, you know, when you don't necessarily, I mean, with Pan Am, you know this is going to air.
Okay.
People are going to see this 6 weeks. Well, I guess not in the case of my 3rd episode. But you know, with everything else, you just kind of go, we're doing this for the love of it, and we hope that it comes out, and we hope that people like it when it does. But you know, at the same time, a lot of that stuff then has to go through the process of being sold to a particular web outlet, or you know, and a lot of those intricacies. You are reminded as an actor that the joy is in the doing.
Right.
And yes, it's always great for mom and dad and grandma to watch you on TV, but if you don't have the joy in the performance, then you really are missing something big, because half the time what you do never does see the light of day.
Right. And speaking of things you do seeing the light of day, I think we have a clip from Pan Am. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're about to see?
So this is in the first episode that we meet Ginny. She has already started this romantic experience with Captain Dean Lowry.
Okay.
And he has just found out that she is the mistress to the vice president of Pan Am, and he confronts her about it. And we see how she deals with that.
Let's take a look.
A bit more in your life beyond Miss Drag Race.
I suppose. On the other hand, hey, Jenny, you said you weren't rich, didn't mention a job, yet you wear a mink coat, fly to London, Monte Carlo, shop at Harrods. You inherit a ton of money? See, I always figure that when someone doesn't ask you anything about your life, anything about what's staring them right in the face, they don't really want to know. It wouldn't be you, would it?
See, what I like about
nice.
Ginny is that people hear mistress, having an affair, they have this idea of bimbo, or she's, you know, just doesn't really have a lot going on for her. But in this character, you see someone who's actually quite intelligent and really, you know, is just going after something that she shouldn't. But you know, it's not because she doesn't have the smarts.
Right.
It's maybe because she just doesn't have the best judgment.
Okay. Well, there you go. Now I know Aaron Cummings has good judgment rather than the Ginny Sadler character. And we're going to start getting into a little bit about what you're going to be doing for your charities and everything.
Yeah.
You have a lot going on. Last time we talked to you, we talked about mittens. And I know that was a great success, over 9,500 pairs of mittens last year. And what do you think the goal is for this year? What's
I'd
the
like
goal?
to double that. I think that in order for any organization or any individual to grow, you have to set new goals for yourself.
Okay.
So last year, we literally just said, I don't know, let's get some gloves and give them to people.
Right.
And by the end of the winter season, we'd collected, like you said, almost 10,000 pairs of gloves. This year, when we decided to step up our efforts, partly because with me being halfway across the country, or completely across the country, it's a bit difficult for me to do a lot of the groundwork that I was doing, which is going out, picking up the gloves, sorting through them, counting them, distributing them. We are now working with North Woodward Community Foundation as a fiscal sponsor. So we're operating as a 501c3 charity.
That's awesome.
If anyone goes to mittensfordetroit.org and donates money, that money is then used to buy gloves from Michigan-based Broner Hatton Glove Company. They've been really wonderful to us. We're able to buy really nice, very expensive gloves for less than wholesale prices and give them to our charities. And a lot of the actual physical legwork of the counting and the sorting is taken out. We can literally just say, this is how much money we have. Bob, this is how many gloves we need. What can we do? And he places the order and delivers them straight to the charity. So the process time is a lot faster. And then, of course, it's a lot easier for people to donate because they can just do it right online.
That is awesome. So not only are you accepting gloves, but also monetary donations as well? That's very cool.
We have drop boxes. We have over 200 drop boxes all over the Metro Detroit area. Those are also available on our locations page. Okay,
and speaking of drop boxes, we talked a little bit before the show. TV Warren and the City of Warren's Community Center will have a drop box here to help out. So hopefully, we'll get some donations out here. You can drop off the gloves. we will get the location of the drop box to you guys as soon as possible. If it's not going to be at the front desk of the community center, it will be at the TV Warren Communications offices. So feel free to drop by any gloves or stick to the website for the monetary donations. So we're very happy to be able to help out with that.
Great. And then also, if people want to come and help us out and one of our partner charities, we're having a great event on December 3rd, which is our 12 Drags of Christmas. It's going to be really fun. We have a lot of performers that we're flying in from all over the state, and they're going to be putting on quite a show, and that's going to be at 5th Avenue. Buy tickets online. If you go to the Mittens for Detroit Facebook page, go to our news page on our website, it's all over there. My Facebook page, I've been tweeting about it, so it's our 12 Drags of Christmas event, and it'll be on December 3rd, and it's going to be a really fun night. I'll be there with maybe in costume.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll have to see, like in costume with that evil eye. Now, you have a lot going on as far as the Thanksgiving goes. You're going to be in Detroit's Thanksgiving parade?
I have been doing parades my whole life because I was on the dance team when I was a little girl. So I was always marching in parades. I love parades. I used to do Macy's every year. I worked for the company. And so now to be able to be in a parade in the city that I love so much, it's really exciting. I went to the Hobnoble Gobble on Friday. It was my second year returning to the party, and it's so much fun. It's so great, and so to be able to ride in the float on Thursday is very exciting as well.
Okay, well, good luck with everything. Thank you again for being on the show. Make sure you check her out on Pan Am at the Thanksgiving Day Parade right here in Detroit. And again, if you want any more information on Mittens for Detroit, you can check them out on our Facebook page or check them out at mittensfordetroit.org. As you said, Erin Cummings has erincummings.com. And if you'd like to follow her on Twitter, your tweet is?
At Erin L. Cummings.
Thank you so much for being on the Spotlight. Don't go anywhere. There's more Spotlight coming right up. Coming up next, Becca gives us the word. Coming up later, a musical performance by The Hand Grenades. Don't go anywhere. The Spotlight will be right back.